comedy, improv, sketch, spoken word, music, all in one show. So.
Yeah, and where did we perform that show?
Bryant Lake Bowl Theater.
Bryant Lake Bowl Theater, okay. I had the picture in my head, I just couldn't put the title to it.
Yeah.
What a great time.
I did that for 1 year, actually. I think I was off for we did it for 6 months. I think we did it for 6 months. We took a break over the summer and then did it for the rest of the year with a whole different cast.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the initial cast that I started out with, we did it up until, I believe, we did it from January. I don't even want to say the years because I can't even remember, to be honest. It was that long ago.
Well, I know when I was there, it was 2006.
You did it, I think,
in 2007.
I think you did it during the first run.
Yeah. Yep. It was the very first run. Yep. And it was down there at the Bryant Lake Bowl. And right after that, I had moved to California to do the La La Land hustle. And so I would come back and forth, and we would stay connected, talking about the T-Spot. And actually, we had tried to I tried to bring the T-Spot portion, branch it out to the public access channel in LA.
I forgot about that. That's right. I remember that.
And boy, was that a zoo.
How? You know what? How did that go? Or should we talk out there about that?
It's actually a good story. I've relived it enough times in my head. I know how to edit it now. So yeah, the T-Spot. When I went out there, I started working at an ice cream shop, and met this dude named Chris. And Chris was just a character, no theater background, but he just was a character, and he was somebody to help run the camera while I would be out hobnobbing and doing the mouthpiece part of it. You know what I mean? And so we had a little team. We had a little team, and it was cool. And then he introduced me to a friend named Blake, and Blake had anger issues.
Oh.
Yeah. If he didn't have his medicine, and we lived in California, so. I remember seeing this dude, just all of a sudden everything would be quiet, and all of a sudden, and there's a hammer in the wall. This dude was out there.
Now, who was he as part of your team?
Okay, well, he basically housed the events.
Okay.
Right? So if we needed the computer and access and the speakers and everything, we went to his house, right? Okay. But the issue is he also had a girlfriend who was 7 months pregnant. And we were just there too much. Towards the end, that's what all boiled over, But during the good time, we would go downtown, and we would take the camera, and we would, interview people and talk to people about random stuff, or we do little silly skits in the garage, et cetera, et cetera. And then so we went to the public access channel in Sherman Oaks, and we would start putting this stuff on air, and we would do it once a month. And we did it for, goodness, it started out as T-Spot. We did 2 episodes of that, and then working with those guys, it changed because we were starting to hang out down in the city a lot, and then Pulse of the City came into my head, right? And so they changed to Pulse of the City, and we were doing all this and that, and it went on for a while, but eventually all good things come to an end. We're at Taboo Lounge on Ventura Boulevard, and my cameraman Chris was with the talent out on the patio, enjoying things that are not supposed to be enjoyed indoors, right? And the residue of that invaded our space at the Taboo nightclub. The owner noticed this residue, and we lost the gig that night. So Chris and I got in a fight 2 days later. I broke my foot.
Oh, geez.
And then from there, things just kind of really went downhill. And I felt like, oh God, Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd in that Santa suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I would describe the last 6 months in LA, me living there. So yeah, that was the T spot to the pulse of the city, and now it's been revamped, and here we are.
Wow. Well, that was definitely not the vision I had for the T spot in LA.
It took a hard left.
It really did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely. Wow.
That was yeah. That was totally different. But hey, you know, whatever works for you, I guess.
You know, I've left no stone unturned. I like to look at it from a positive spin. So, but let me ask you this: bringing it back to relevancy. In light of everything that's going on right now, in this crazy, world that we live in, I know there's not a single most thing that you could centerpiece on in order to shake up the dialogue that's going on. Like, what dialogue would you like to focus on most in your work? Is there one that really sticks out for you?
Well, what has been really weighing heavily, I guess, on my mind, because I have a son who's black, 8 years old,
Right.
And the fact that we've had this, not that it hasn't happened, like I said before, we've had this wave of just our brothers just being shot for no reason,
Yeah. Lay it down.
complying,
Mm-hmm.
and just still, dying. And that is a piece that I am working on. I'm working on something
Mm-hmm.
to that effect with all the I don't even know how to put it to where it doesn't sound like another black person talking about
Rageful question mark. Justifiable rageful question marks.
It definitely is justifiable.
Yeah.
But some people want us to shut up about it, so
But
I'll just put pen to paper and
Right.
and let my pen do the talking.
Can't stop, won't stop.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's very brave of you, very courageous, and thank you for your contributions, and I look forward to the future ones, definitely.
Yeah.
Where can the people keep an eye out, get in contact with you, chop it up, etc., etc.?
Well, I'm all over social media, so you can add me at TWPulp, which is TWPULP, which is short for my website, The Washington Pulp, which is a play on the Washington Post. But yeah, so I'm everywhere: Instagram,
Everywhere.
Snapchat, Twitter,
Yes,
Facebook.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
So you can find me.
All right. Well, you're welcome back anytime. You got anything you want to talk about, any new ideas, etc., you're always welcome back. It's like Mr. West's neighborhood.
I appreciate that.
No
I
doubt.
look forward to eventually coming back with it.
No doubt. Well, Twin Cities, each week this is how we do Pulse of the City, serving your Frogtown area. Shout out to Frogtown. Get out and get you something good today. Until next time, it's your man Adam West, Pulse of the City. My guest, I'd like to thank Patrice Washington for being here. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.
Peace out.
All right.
And MC Ricky D doing the smash hit Mona Lisa.